I'm going to go ahead and come up here and exit to Visual Builder. So we'll come up here to our menu and we'll click Portfolio. And for the portfolio page, what we're going to do is we're going to clone our blog page and we'll change the header image and the title, and we'll delete the blog module and replace it with a filterable portfolio module. So to do that, we're going to come up here to the top and we're going to click Enable Visual Builder. And we'll come over here to the right, and where it says Clone Existing Page, we're going to come down here and click Choose Page. So right here you can see this is our existing pages, and these are all the pages, posts, and projects we've created so far. If I scroll down here, you can see there's some more down here at the bottom. If we come up here to View Mode, we can switch this over to List, and it gives us status, the date it was published, title, and it's actually in alphabetical order. It groups it by blog posts and then pages and projects. So I'm going to go back to Grid Mode. If I come over here to the left to Categories, I can check the box next to Pages, and now it only shows the pages. I can come up to the search box and type Blog, and now it narrows it down to only the blog page. So I'm going to go ahead and click Blog Page. And you can see it's uploading our cloned blog page. And the first thing I'm going to do is come down here and I'm going to delete this blog module by clicking the trash can. Okay, next what I want to do is I want to widen this row a bit. So I'm going to come over here to the gear icon. I'm going to go to Design, Sizing, and width I'm going to change it to 90 by typing in 90. I'm going to copy this. Right click, copy. I'm going to paste it in max width and save the changes. And now you can see it widen my row even more. Next what I'm going to do is replace this background image up here. So we'll go over here to the gear icon, click background, click the gear icon again, click upload files, select files, and I'm going to navigate to my header image. There it is. Select that. Once your image is finished uploading, you'll come down to the bottom right to this blue button where it says Upload Image and click that. And now you can see it uploaded the background image. Now the problem is, you can see it shows his eyes here. Here we only see his nose. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here to where it says Background Image Position, and I'm going to change this from center to top center. Well, now it shows above his eyes. So what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to Design, Spacing, and here at the top margin I'm going to click and just drag this to the left, and it's going to move it up, and I'll drag it to where I want it. There we go. Now I'm going to come down to top padding, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it to the right. And now you can see it's moving down, adding padding. And I'll position it where I want it. That looks good. Now I can see his eyes. That looks really nice. I'm going to save the changes. And now we're going to change the title. So we'll come up here, click the gear icon for the text module. I'm going to highlight this and change it to say Portfolio. That looks good. Save the changes. That looks really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and save the page. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down to this section here and we're going to click this gray circle and add a filterable portfolio. So I'm going to come to the search box and start typing portfolio. And this time we're going to click filterable portfolio. So this is the filterable portfolio settings, and if I scroll down here you can see it has added all the projects that we've created so far. Here you see the post count. You can type in a number and choose how many posts you want to show on the page. Down here in included categories, you can include which categories you want and which you don't want by checking the boxes here. I'm going to include all the categories because I want to show all the projects that we've created. You can see this is our menu over here that filters out. So we'll get there. Okay, if I come down here and click Elements, I can choose which elements I want to show for each project. So I don't want to show the categories. And you can see now it doesn't show the categories at the top here. And I don't want to show pagination. But I do want to show the title, so I'm going to keep this on. Next we're going to go to Design and click Layout. And you can see it's set to full width. I'm going to change this to Grid. And now you can see it changes to a nice grid layout. Okay, next what we're going to do is go to Overlay. And this is where we choose the overlay color and icon. As you can see here, it's white with a blue icon. I want to keep the same overlay settings that we created on the wildlife page. So what I'm going to do is save the changes. And I'm going to save the page. I'm going to come up here and exit the Visual Builder. And I'm going to come over here where my website name is and right click on Dashboard and open link in a new tab. I'm going to slide this over. From the dashboard, I'm going to come down here to where it says Projects. I'm going to click All Projects. Next, I'm going to come here to Wildlife and I'm going to click View. And this takes us to the Wildlife project. I'm going to come up to and enable the Visual Builder. I'm going to come down to the Gallery module, click the gear icon, go to Design tab, click Overlay. I'm going to click on these three blue dots and click Copy Overlay Styles. I'm going to go ahead and click the red X because I don't want to save any changes. I'll come up here and turn off the tab. I'll click Leave. I'm going to click on the Enable Visual Builder. I'm going to come down to the settings and click the gear icon. Click Design, click Overlay. I'm going to scroll up and click these three blue dots and click Paste Overlay Styles. And now you can see it pasted our overlay styles. That looks nice, but I want to change this hover icon. So I'm going to come down here to the hover icon picker and choose a different icon. And I think I'll choose this icon here. That looks good. Next one I want to do is I want to add a box shadow that only appears when you hover over each image. So I'm going to come up here and click Image. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to choose this box shadow here. Under box shadow vertical position, I'm going to click the hover icon. And for default, I'm going to change it to 0. So that we don't see a box shadow before we hover. For hover, I'm going to change it to 12 pixels. There we go. For box shadow blur strength, I'm going to click the hover icon. For default, I'm going to take it all the way down to 0 as well. And I'm going to click hover and take it back to 18. And now you can see it. When I click default, there's no shadow. When I click hover, the box shadow will appear. It's kind of hard to see that box shadow, so what I'm going to do is go to the shadow color, click the eyedropper. I'm going to drag this down to where it's nice and dark. And then I'm going to slide the opacity up right about there. That looks good. Okay. Next what I want to do is I want to style the title text. So I'll close this menu. I'll click title text. And I'm just going to make it blue and leave everything else the same. So I'll click our blue color here. That looks nice. And finally I want to add some animation. So I'll click animation. I want it to slide. And I want it to slide to the right. So under animation direction, I'll click right. There we go. I'm going to save the changes. I'm going to open the menu here. And I'm going to save the page. And if I scroll down here, you can see we don't have a footer yet. So we'll click this blue circle to add a new section. And we'll click Add from Library. And we'll click Footer. And now we have our footer. Alright, I'm going to save the page again. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click Exit Visual Builder. That looks really nice. You can see if I click on each of these categories, it filters out and only shows the category. Oh, that's beautiful. And if I click on the project, it takes us to the project page. And there's one last thing I want to show you before we're done here. It's a neat little trick. With the Filter Portfolio module, what it does is it displays each of these by the order that they were created. Your newest project is going to display first, and your oldest project will display last. So let's say I want the polygon portraits to display first, and then the wildlife after that over here, and then Pixel Perfect I want to display here, and then Chasing the Wind, my film, to display back here. There's a neat little way to do this. I'm going to come up here and right click and open the dashboard in a new tab. We're going to come down to Projects, click All Projects. And if I click the Quick Edit button here, you can see when the project was created. Here's the month, the day, the year, and the time. So what we want to do is we want to change this time, the minute here, so that the one I want to display first will be the newest one created. So this says 1911. So I'll keep that there. And what I'm going to do is come up to the wildlife. I want this to be second, because I want it to be here. So we'll make this 1910, a minute before Polygon Portraits. And we're going to click the Update button to make sure we save the changes. Come up to Pixel Perfect. And we'll make this 1909 as the creation date and time. Click Update. And Chasing the Wind, make this 1908. Click Update. And now if I come back and refresh the page, you can see our Polygon Portraits displays first, Wildlife second, Pixel Perfect third, and Chasing the Wind last. And that's how easy it is to change the order of your projects being displayed on the portfolio page. Well done, guys. You just created a professional looking and beautiful filterable portfolio page. Good job.